So
Okay.
is that Gwyneth there?
Gwyneth is not here, so
No, but it says she's connecting. Seamus, it says, if you look down, well, on my computer, I've got a thing saying Gwyneth is connecting.
Yeah, me too.
Where is she? Come on, Gwyneth.
So blow that candle out till she gets here.
She's supposed to blow it out.
Yeah, but you can relight it.
Okay. Okay. Well, hang on for Gwyneth. And did anybody know happy birthday in Welsh?
No. Oh no, what's happened
Oh,
now?
God.
Now she's disappeared.
Disappeared. Yeah.
Anybody got Gwyneth's number? Richard, you might.
I have.
Can you give her a ring?
I think my mother does. I'll just go downstairs and have a look. Just hold on.
Oh,
Well,
thank you.
You carry on. I'll try and.
Okay, let's practice happy birthday in Welsh. Do
you know it then?
Happy go. That's bad. That's bad. Don't tell her I did that. That's a shit. You know, it sounds good, but it's not. That's not Welsh.
Well, it's better than the rest of us who don't know any Welsh.
What
Anyway.
about Andrew? You know ancient Saxon. You could sing happy birthday in ancient.
I can't even get close. I can do it in Polish.
All right. Well, that's a start.
And German's easy as well.
I could do a bit in Irish.
But Seamus, I'm admiring your DUP hat.
Oh, be careful when you're walking up in the village. That what? Jesus, have you been watching that, Dennis? What a fiasco that is, and it's going to get worse.
Great comedy.
It is. It's a drastic comedy.
It's made the what was her name look like a saint.
Foster.
What was her name again?
Arlene.
Arlene.
Come on, Arlene.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a disaster. It's of comic proportions because actually they don't know that their bread's buttered on both sides because they're in and they're out, and they're complaining about the backstop and all this rubbish. Sorry to everybody else when Dennis and I have a political conversation here about the DUFNP.
But at least we know now that the world began 4,327 years ago.
When I went to Madorn, I knew to look at that old fossils. I knew it lasted a long time ago.
Yeah, right. Like the sort you found on your holiday. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Jews think the same thing, don't they?
Huh?
Yeah.
Jews think the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's a comedy. If you want to have a laugh when it comes to politics, just watch the way they're eating themselves.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But if it wasn't so dangerous, it'd be funny because the 12th of July is coming up. Watch what's going to happen then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thugs will get up.
But on the other hand, it's promising because it might lead to, dare I say it, a united Ireland.
Well, be careful. I don't really want a united Ireland because they don't care either. Like I said earlier about the Kingdom Come, that's gone. The Kingdom Come is gone because it's all blown away. All they had to do is put a few rocks around it to break the ferocity of the Atlantic, and that's gone. They don't give a damn about anything except their own pockets. Jesus Christ!
That's a metaphor for what is going to happen to a united Ireland.
Well, I don't want. I don't
think this will fall away.
I would like an independent Ulster, which we have at the moment, if they can encapsulate what they have and bring a few banks in and make it a tax-free haven, then there'll be peace because money knows no prejudices.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, oh Christ. And that could be the next theme, peace and love, as part of because if people would communicate through the roots, they would actually appreciate the way it's done. But the way it's done now, communication is not done through the root. It's done through false news and bigots online. They give them a stage to the media. Yeah. So maybe
well, it's not the media, it's the people the media pick up, like,
and run with,
about Brexit.
True. That's true.
It was like Hitler repeating things, and Lenin himself was the great exponent of repeating things so many times that you couldn't resist saying it was true. Not to mention Ian Paisley.
Oh, cry! And they made him out to be a saint when he died, and he was the biggest. He started the war.
Yes. Yeah, I remember him and Bernadette Devlin shouting in the street at one another.
Lovely Bernadette. I love Bernadette. She's a woman with a soul and a heart, you know. But and it's not because but she grew up in a working class environment and she went to prison for her beliefs. Paisley never went to prison for any belief. I think he spent one night in prison.
He just liked stirring it up. He was preaching God's pure hatred.
Exactly. But the problem is now that the Paisley tree is cut down, all the other little saplings are feeding it, thinking it's still alive. Come back to what you said earlier, Andy. Anyway, I'll get off my political tripod. I think we lost Gwyneth, but I'll light the candle again, and regardless, we can say we did have we sang merrily. If somebody wants to take out their phone and maybe film it and send it to her,
I can film it. Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh no, it says I've got to get host to give me permission.
Oh dear. What I could do is I could film it and then I could send it to, say, for example, you, Richard, and you could send it on down the line, maybe. That means I would have to hold the phone and a cake and blow the cake out. Although you could all blow at the same time and I could blow it out. Let's try that anyway. And we're going to do it. Hold on. I need to record.
And we have to keep it on mute or unmute.
Oh, unmute.
No, unmute to sing.
And
so I'm on unmute now, obviously, because.
Oh look, Christopher's back. Christopher.
No, I'm only back for a second just to allow Gwyneth to come back in again.
Oh, it is recording. It says recording in the corner.
Oh, it's recording.
Seamus, you're really, really dark.
I'm really, really dark. I mean,
yeah, do you want to put a light on?
No, that's because I spent a lot of time in the garden. Hold on. Is that any better?
That's a little bit better, yeah.
Let me take off me. No, I can't. Let me do this.
No, she was saying dark idea.
Lift your head up. Lift your hat up a bit. Maybe. No, you're still. I think it's because the window is in the background. Okay, so I think the window is putting you in silhouette.
That's why I have my curtains drawn.
Yeah.
Your curtains aren't big enough.
That's a bit better. Yeah, we can actually see your face.
The curtains are big enough, Dennis. Let me see the size of your curtain.
Well, my mother-in-law made them 25 years ago.
What, for 2 and 6?
Still working. There's a man standing in front of those curtains.
Oh dear, Seamus. Oh, you're back.
All right, there we are.
The things I do for you, Gwyneth, when you watch this, it's amazing. I nearly burned the house down and pulled the curtains off the wall. So I don't have to.
Seamus, that Gwyneth's coming back.
Did I have to hold up the phone? Or?
Gwyneth's on the way back.
Sorry, I didn't hear that, Richard. You broke up.
But I understand that Christian is connected with Gwyneth is on the way back.
Now your arm fell off as well. You broke up badly there.
Yeah, she hasn't come up on my screen. She's waiting to come in. I'm just waiting for her to appear.
Maybe we should do the song before the candle disappears.
Yeah, perhaps you want to relight the candle when she appears.
I think this has happened somewhere before.
Yeah, deja vu.
Just a bit.
What, had you another fiasco before?
We're stuck in a time warp.
I would ask. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. Well, I think what we should do is at least have a practice.
All right, then you lead.
But what happens if she comes in while we're halfway through?
Then she'll be very lucky, and it's all right. We're recording, so we can
Everybody
do it again.
In C. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
Dennis,
to
you.
Happy birthday, dear Gwyneth. Happy birthday to you. Speech.
Dennis, you're not singing it loud enough.
Why was she born so beautiful? Why was she born at all?
Oh, very good.
No, I wouldn't say why was she born at all. I would say why is she born so tall?
At all.
No, so tall.
So tall.
So tall.
So
Well,
tall.
not so small, yes. But it sounds better in Afrikaans.
Okay,
Do
that's
it in Afrikaans.
what we do. So if we I'm looking at the speedometer. It's now a 7:26. So what we could do is take a one poem selection each around and see how far we get with that. Long
Yeah.
and then a long, short, and whatever. So Kevin, you lit the fire, so it's your turn to go again.
Okay.
Everybody else mute if you don't mind, and give Kevin the floor. And so I'll give you one, and then we'll jump across to Andrew, Michelle, then back to Dennis, and then if Chris is around, him, but if not, Richard, and then me, and then happy birthday. But if at any time Gwyneth shows up, we'll just have to pause and let her in, if that's okay.
Of course.
That's the rules of the road.
Yes.
Oh, you're back, Chris. Are you staying? But I would actually, it wouldn't be right to move on and give everybody a second chance while Chris. I'd like to hear your one or two poems. If you want to kick it off, Chris, we'll mute up and you can take the floor, and then Kevin. Can you hear me, Chris? Christopher?
Chris.
Oh, he's muted. Is anybody next door to Chris can run around and tell him? Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Okay, well, until he comes back, it wouldn't be fair to keep Kevin waiting. So, Kevin, it's your turn to grace our ears.
Oh wait, is that Chris back? No. Wait a minute. Okay, all right. Here's one. It's a brief one then. I'll read you a brief one. Written fairly recently. It's just ideas really at the moment. I suppose it's not really finished. It's just about a friend of mine, a good friend of mine from. She's Bosnian, and
Gwyneth is coming. Gwyneth is just about to come. Hold on. Here she comes.
That's half of Gwyneth.
Happy birthday
To
to you.
you.
Happy birthday, dear Gwenny.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, you chased her away.
Talk about Zoom.
Oh,
No.
where is
It's like
she?
Zoom the boom.
I've
She's
admitted
disappeared.
her. But
This is a time warp, isn't it? We're just going round the loop for the third time.
I have admitted her.
Yeah, she was there for a second and then she dropped out again.
And there's not going to be much of this candle left if I don't blow it out. Okay.
Seamus, you wanted us to record. Actually, this has been recording ever since, which is quite remarkable. Shall we just attempt a recording of it? And if she does make it in, we can also give her a live version.
Why not? Yeah. There's enough candle left. Okay, everybody on mute, please. Everybody on mute.
Yes.
Everybody's Michelle, can you unmute, please? Andrew, you're yeah. Everybody, yeah. So after 4, 1, 2. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gwen.
Happy Happy
Happy birthday
to
to
He's a jolly good fellow, for she's
you.
a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow. And so say all
So say
of
all
us.
of us.
But where is
So say
she?
all of us. And so say all of us. Okay, everybody, 1, 2, 3, a big blow. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
she'll like that when she sees it.
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
pure poetry.
She's in the ether.
She is.
Cheers. Right.
Can't I help her in some way?
No, she's probably still recovering from her birthday last Sunday. Think about it. She's probably staggering out and going, "Ah, fuck this," and come back to it.
She's probably hiding under the covers.
No, she wouldn't. She's probably busy writing poetry, like you all should be doing. What are we? Yes, but we're going to do a wee shorty from Kevin, but Chris is back. So Kevin, you're going to do your shorty, and then everybody mute up, and then Chris, assuming you're still here when we get back, you're going to be next in the queue. Yep.
All right. Okay. I just need to go down and see how my mother is. All right.
So I just find Zoom amazing. It's been a bit like a carry-on film this evening, hasn't it? It's wonderful. Okay, where was I? So yes, well, I apologize. I guess this one's might kill the mood a bit. As I said, it's about from a friend of mine, a lovely friend of mine I recently saw. She's Bosnian. She was in Sarajevo during the war and didn't get out during the war. She still lives there, and she asked if we could. We just caught up going for a swim, and it's just the idea as we talked about things and talked about the Civil War and the idea that we were swimming in a sea in another country that used to be a sea that belonged to her country, and just the things that had happened. So anyway, a brief thing about how I felt about catching up with a friend who, after the terrible things that she's lived through. So anyway, it's called Dead Water. So low tide, you asked to take you swimming, so we swam in a sea once yours, our feet sinking between ritual stones, ever careful of the dormant sword. Hidden eyes drank from the cliffs, grew slippery, detached from the walls, fell to the waves. Rocks withdrew into darkened furrows. We threw ourselves upon faint currents that carried others silently away from shore, gliding over the shadowy places where terrible things were settled, silver, shell, and bone. We swam softly towards the quiet island, just as those floated. Grey fish nibbled flesh, gulls swallowed fish, and the waters rose to hide old sins.
Very good.
I can't clap to that. It's a wonderful poem, but I know that the pain that's in there.
Thank you. Yeah,
It's lovely. I can't clap to it though, if you don't mind.
understand.
Yeah. Not out of disrespect for you, it's out of respect
Oh,
for the.
no, I understand.
Yeah, thank you. That was lovely. Chris is not back. Michelle,
Mother's a bit ill.
oh dear. Michelle, if you unmute sorry, I tell a
Shouldn't it be
lie.
Andrew?
I tell a lie. Yes, unmute yourself. And sorry, Andrew, I skipped over
Okay.
you. So it's your turn. If you want to give us one of your sweet prose.
Right, okay, well, following on in the same vein and bringing it more to date again, I was thinking in this ultra PC world, how would one poet chat up another poet? I call this piece Positive Chat Up. I saw this really great looking poet and thought, how can I get to know her? Wow, she was great. So I went over to her and made eye contact, being careful not to look down at her positive. I said, do you believe in spontaneous iambic pentameter at first draft? She gave me a carefully crafted answer, which led me on. I replied, I love how your enjambment leads me on. The start of your next line is hence foregone. She let me have a sip of her tea as if to suggest a desire to share. What two big rounded syllables have you? I said, admiring her oolong brew. I continued, I'll show you mine if you show yours. And we hurriedly passed manuscripts across the sumptuous table. Such ample, tempting caesures and such perfectly beguiling stanzas. I can see you're a cool cat with a great heptameter, and I simply love your iambic pentameter. I felt that I was having some effect. Your stanzas moved me with those metrical feet, and your tetrameter is so neat. Then I noticed an extra syllable. Never seen pentameter like this before. You hendecasyllabically slipped me one more. Wondering what she meant by this extra insertion, I said, with a meter like that, you will go far. Would you like to see how long my line is? Well, she went as far as my side of the table. Seizing the moment, I said, shall we slam? I drew out my ballpoint and showed her my line. She grabbed hold of my pen and extended my line. I pulled it back, thrust it down again, and extended my line. Back, thrust, extend, back, thrust, extend, back, thrust, extend. Her creative juices were flowing. I knew it was time to bring the stanza to a climax. So I shot her a loaded iambic pentameter, followed by a full stop. We decided to do it again next week in front of an audience.
Andrew, what can I say? That is pure filth.
Yeah.
So how am I supposed to follow that one then, eh?
Do you want to say a prayer?
All right. Well, I don't know. This is certainly a slam tonight, isn't it? Hancock, the dick, got caught with his tongue out, flies down on candid camera. So whose bottom has he stopped licking? Power goes to your head, you know, Matt. Matt got caught. Whose wanted song? That please, sexy no. But I am not power crazy, he says. But power has gone to his head. A lump in between his legs gets stiff. He's not in control and his ego is blushing with the worshipping. No shame in his actions. He's the man that wants to ruin the NHS, which he'll make a mess. The dick gets a 16k payoff and the nurse gets a 1% pay rise. Strike. It's probably
Pure
not quite finished.
More pure filth.
Pure filth, yeah.
More
Inspired by the Tories.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't mention enough Cummings in there.
Well, Cummings has been coming for Boris quite a lot, so I've had those ones.
We're going to have to write a dirty book of clean poems. Yeah, and I think I know the first 2 pages will be filled out with Andrew or Michelle. Out of no disrespect for anybody, and we're going to move on swiftly to Dennis. It's your turn. If you've got something on the skids, we would now hear from you. If you want to unmute Dennis and give us one of your chatty lines. You're still mute. No, press the red button.
I was hoping that Joyce was going to be with us, because I've got a poem I wrote some time ago when her second slim volume came out, and it's a sort of poem, criticism, appraisal, thank you for her. It's called Slim Joyce 2. Dear Joyce, fair maid of the north, Highgate's ever youthful laureate supreme, we hear your voice, your thoughts in garlic and cream, this slim volume, the best on earth. Excepting Hardy, whose wife you wish to emulate, you having seen off Tom, who finished versing in late life just as you were entering the throng. You have a thing with rivers. They empty into the soul, into the sea, exhausted, yet soon replenished to serve your calling undiminished, this wry, questioning poesy. You say putting off for the morrow, what's to be done today is prevarication, yet you praise procrastination, the fluffy cloud taking its time. Would you please make up your mind? Thank you. And that way with men. You dare to rhyme platonic with gin and tonic. When, as Bogart said, a kiss is just a kiss. Or was it? Do not complicate things with lemon and ice. A peck on the cheek would be nice. This woman's still a waif, preparing for her calling, while the policeman kept her bones safe. So please, no stalling. I beg of thee, give us volume 3. Quite frankly, I can't remember what it was all about then. But it does a little bit sum up this wonderful lady and her words.
Yeah,
And I hope she's better soon.
it's brilliant. That's
Thank you
brilliant.
very much. It's very good.
I thought you were going to break into song there.
I can't sing better than Humphrey Bogart, for God's sake, and he couldn't sing at all.
Or Arlene Foster.
Arlene Foster. Okay, do we have another turn? Because I've got a bit of sort of something is might take about 5 minutes to read.
Please, no objections from the crowd. No objection from the crowd. Let's go for it. The floor is all yours. Take it, Dennis. Go for it.
It's more in prose slightly, but I trust there's a bit of poesy in it. It's when I used to go to India a fair lot, and I would send my children, my daughter then aged 10, I think, sort of descriptions of what I'd been up to. And you'd go along to these little, very stuffy little places where you typed it all out and you paid your 50 rupees, and off it went, and pretty soon it arrived. And my daughter, I think the first thing she did, she corrected my grammar, but it was mainly my bad typing, I think. So this one comes from, I don't know if you know India, anybody, this wonderful place called Madurai in Tamil Nadu. It's one of the great temples, one of the most astounding temples. And here's what I wrote. Hello, where you come from? It's the 10th inquiry in as many minutes. From nowhere, I say. Ah, Norway, very nice. You know my brother, he live in Norway. Or you want tailor, make nice jacket, trousers, just come see. By now, I'm round the corner in the earshot of the next would-be purveyor of good or service to this moneyed target. And it's, you like rickshaw, or very good sari silk, or you want Meenakshi temple is why I've come to this town. It is one of India's finest and most busting